and welcome to Trashy Trashy, where we take a dumpster dive on this week's garbage people and look at all the trashiest news stories. My name is Erica, and I am your host.
My name is Cassandra, and I'm your other host. What a fucking delight it is to see your face.
I'm seeing you in flesh, like the flesh of you. I'm seeing.
Well, but we're not in person.
We're not in person, but I'm seeing you, and it's magical.
Yeah. It's good to see you too.
You put on eyeshadow for me.
I did. I put a little shimmer on there.
I don't put on eyeshadow for fucking anybody. I wouldn't put on eyeshadow to meet the Pope.
I don't think I would either. I think that, he'd think I was like some sort of harlot.
I've been in the Vatican, and I'm just surprised I didn't catch on fire immediately.
Yeah, I've been in the Vatican too. I have notes.
Yeah. Hey, there's like hungry people in the world. I don't need gold paintings.
Yeah.
In your museum.
Oh, you're your own country?
Do you pay taxes to who? Like what?
Okay. I guess I just left Italy. Wow. To see a bunch of super fucking old statues. Wow.
The Pope did fly overhead while I was there in a helicopter. So we all waved and said, "Ciao, Pope."
Was that what everyone was supposed to say, or you just said that?
I just said that.
Oh, okay. Arrivederci. That's Italian, right?
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Arrivederci. I don't know what it means.
I feel like it's a goodbye.
It sounds goodbye-ish, like ciao, arrivederci.
Ciao, arrivederci. I don't know. Italian listeners, let us know what we're talking about.
Chime in.
So we've got a little bit of a video element going on right now.
We're trying it out. Tell us if you like it.
Yeah. I'm sure that not if you're already like used to listening to us podded, I'm sure you're not running over to see our faces, but I don't know, like maybe do whatever you got to do in your TikTok algorithm to get like a minute of us.
Yeah. Drive your algorithm. You are the sleigh driver. You know what I mean?
You're in the seat. You're in the driver's seat.
The algorithm are the huskies, and you're back there saying mush, mush.
Iditarod.
Yes.
Hold for plane. Just kidding. Can you hear it though? Doesn't matter. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great. I mean, I talk shit on the Vatican. Sorry. I'm not trying to offend Catholic listeners. I think if God were to come back to earth, he would be like, "Oh, I don't need all this. I thought you guys were supposed to be, feeding and clothing the poor in my name, not building gold paintings and statues." But
I mean, I disagree.
Oh.
I think that he would come first to those like big evangelical super churches and be like, "Where is my gold private jet? This was right.
Oh,
you guys nailed it."
Okay. All right. Well, we look at the world differently.
That's my God,
That's my God. I want the one that would like destroyed the bull statue.
What statue?
After they freed the slaves from King, they built an idol of a bull and then it got destroyed. It's a long story. There were plagues. It was a whole thing. We left Egypt. It was
wow.
Yeah.
Around that time. Okay.
Around that time.
Okay.
Anyway, we didn't come to talk about the Bible.
Not this week.
Not this week.
On Holy Podcast.
On Holy Podcast. Yeah, I'm doing good. I went to an outdoor. I'm gonna talk about it later, but I went to like a birthday party yesterday, and I thought, and I could be wrong, that servers had to wear masks.
I think it depends on where you are, because like I do think they're supposed to, but then also there's just like some spots that like they don't care, because I've gone to bars where I'm like, oh, that bartender doesn't have a mask on. And actually we went out to dinner last night and our server's mask was just down the more he talked, and he didn't fix it. And I was like, just take it out. Everyone had it up below their nose.
It blows my mind. Like, I thought that was like the one class of worker that were supposed to wear them, like Uber and Lyft drivers and servers, like no matter what, and doctors. Like those three entities I thought were supposed to be wearing masks. And when I saw someone without that behind the bar, it was like I was shook to my core.
But
And I was like,
like,
do I leave? I just spent $15 in a lift to get here.
why though? Like in their defense, like no one around them is wearing a mask. Like it almost to me kind of seems pointless for them to wear a mask.
Oh, yeah, you're fair.
I mean, sure, I guess they are exposed to more people. And so, and like the mask is to protect others, not necessarily themselves, but like, we're all vaccinated. Like, they're checking my vaccine card at the door. I have to assume that my bartender is also vaccinated.
No vaccine check at the door.
I don't know then. I don't know what kind of place you're at.
I'll get into it. Oh, I'll get
Ooh,
into it.
ooh,
How are
ooh.
you though?
I'm good. I'm good. The Dodgers are now playing the Braves. I'll get into it. And went to dinner, like I said last night. Nice. It was fun. I had deviled eggs, but like they were literally the size. I'm not exaggerating. They were like the size of my thumb. Like,
Like
the top part of my thumb.
like quail eggs, like little baby eggs.
I was just pitched deviled eggs, but they
Okay.
were literally like they were less than an inch big, and there was like 6 of them, and I was like, okay,
I'm
like
I'm hungrier than this.
these culinary artistry is getting a little out of hand here with these tiny fucking eggs. I mean, they were good,
Yeah,
but they would have been better if they were the size of a deviled egg. I'm
right.
like, did you make this? What egg is this? It didn't, I don't know. It was weird. They were good, but
Good.
you know.
Yeah.
Why are you trash?
I went to a work conference
Uh-huh.
this week, and part of the badge that they gave you had drink tickets for a mixer on the back.
Mm.
And there was a welcome mixer from the day before, and then the current event mixer. And when I tell you, I used all 4 of my drink tickets, and the bartenders did not care to check if it was yesterday's or today's. I definitely drank as much as I could within an hour prior to going to Fugo de Chao
Ooh,
and
delicious.
eating my weight in meat in
Oh,
front
yeah.
of strangers, like coworkers, but I've never met them in person. And I'm like, hey, everyone, nice to meet you. Professional. I'm about to embarrass myself by eating so much meat. And for those that you don't know, it's Fugo de Chao is a Brazilian steakhouse where they just come around with skewers of meat until you say mercy.
Yeah, I think they give you like a little thing like to put on the table, and it's like red or green, and so like if it's face up and it's green, they're coming with what they got, and you have to put it to red for them to stopping at your table. I've been to Fogo de Chao a couple times because I had a friend who worked there. I've never left there well.
Oh, I had the meat sweats
Oh yeah.
in front of coworkers. And I was like, so nice to meet you.
They normally have a salad bar that's open. Is it open still?
Yes, a wonderful
wow.
salad bar. So I had some vegetables as well. Some veggies went into my system, but did not counteract the amount of meat I ate
You
in
get
front
that
of
cheese
people.
bread? Those little
Oh, those little cheese
Ooh.
breads. Oh, those little Brazilian cheese breads.
I when I go there now, which is not frequently, but if I go to a place like that, I skip the salad bar at this point. I'm like, no, I've come here to eat those little cheesy rolls and meat. Like
Yeah.
maybe I'll get a stalk of broccoli to palate cleanse. But and also, if you have the skewer with the chicken, get the fuck away from my
Get
table.
out of here. Sausage, get out of here. I am
What?
here for your beefs,
Yeah.
your
Only
steaks only.
get out of here with your chicken and your sausage.
Yeah. Or lamb. I'm like, I'm sorry. What is this? What am I, Moses? I'm not eating lamb. Get out of here.
What am I, Moses?
Erica, what's going on? Why are you trash?
We went to a concert at the Ace Theater last weekend. We bar hopped a little bit before. We went to this place called Ham and Eggs, and that was one of the spots where like there was the bartender wasn't wearing a mask, and she still checked our vaccine.
Okay.
So I don't know. But so we were at the Ace Theater, and Rustin Kelly's we saw Rustin Kelly,
Okay.
and he's kind
Casey
of like,
Musgrave's ex-husband.
yeah, Casey Musgrave's ex-husband.
Oh,
I'm a messy bitch.
you messy.
So he's kind of like folky, like I guess like emo country-ish, like kind of dirty, whatever. His music is cool. It's just like on the slower side, but it's cool. And so I'm there with my partner and my friends, as of course, shout out Ashley Snyder. However, shout out Ashley Reardon. She got fucking married.
She got married and her name is different.
Her name is different. So we have to go shout out Ashley Reardon. So her and her husband. And I was drunk. Like, we were kind of drunk. So I have a couple things because I was like, we just like the four of us embodied like kind of four messy people at a concert. We were having so much fun. And obviously, like, it wasn't that like full. So I don't think we were hindering anyone's experience, but like at one point, Taylor, my partner, leaned over to me and he was like, "This reminds me of when my mom would take me to honky tonk." And I was like, "Oh, cute." And then he was like, "Yeah, I learned how to square dance. I was like 6. And then one time, I guess I like put my hand in my pants and everyone was like weirded out." And I was like, "Why did you tell me this in the middle of a concert?" And he's telling me about a time in honky tonk where he like was 6 and touched his penis in front of people. I was like, okay, strike one on this night. Like, this is weird. And then I don't know why I was wearing like, I've got like a pair of like Nike tennis shoes because they're comfy, but they are like, I sound like a basketball player sometimes. And so I kept like, anytime I need to like leave to go to the bathroom or just move at all, like, we're like, "Oh, oops, your beer's right here," whatever. It was like, my shoes were so fucking squeaky. And we were in the top part of the Ace and there wasn't a lot of people up there. So I felt like the squeak was louder than the music.
Mm-hmm.
So that was strike 2. Strike 3, of course. Ash finished one of her beers and switched to another one. And the one that she had just allegedly, she put it on the ground and then it accidentally, like when she set it down, tipped over. And it tipped over the railing onto the floor. And there was maybe a half a cup of liquid coming out of that. But I don't know if like the people who were working at the Ace were just bored, but there was suddenly like 4 fucking people on that spill, like mopping, like, shining flashlights on it, like stopping other people from coming. It was so obvious and like so disruptive. We were like, "Oh my God, this is so embarrassing." And it was kind of like we had to just keep like pretending like we didn't notice. And, like, we're like watching the concert. It was embarrassing. So it was good night.
Fabulous.
Good night. Good night.
You know who didn't have a good night?
Oh, wow. The bride in our next story, or our first story. Whoa.
According to cafemom.com, groom throws out all women guests out of his wedding for showing up in white as a prank.
Yeah. I mean, this story is upsetting.
Yes. Yes. So essentially, there are basically rules that you follow when you wear a wedding. And in the Western culture, you do not wear white to someone else's wedding.
No. A faux pas.
A faux pas. It is rude. I will talk about you loudly if you do so.
Hell yeah.
To your face or your cousin's face. And I do not care.
Yeah. So there's this groom who he put his story on Reddit. I wonder if he was on the Am I the Asshole? Am I the Asshole that he put this on? Yeah. So he said that he comes from a large family of mostly women and that they all, like, these women are a very close-knit group. And he admits it's a little bit toxic. So every like relationship that he or anyone is in, these women will kind of harass this new person with the excuse of, we got to make sure that she fits in.
Teasing and joking, but it sounds like harassment.
Yeah, it's like hazing, basically, as if this woman's like joining some sort of fraternity. And so he said originally when he introduced his now wife to his family. He said, he was like, this isn't happening. Like, you're not doing this to her. And as far as he knew, they hadn't been until he found out that they were just on Facebook.
Right. And so part of this cycle of prank was they all decided to wear white to her and his wedding.
Yeah, they were trying to like make it seem like, oh, well, we'll know if she can fit in, if she's not so insecure that she doesn't mind if we all wear white to the wedding. But which is like so fucked up. So the groom, like one by one, kicked all of these people out of the wedding.
We're talking aunts, cousins, like
his moms.
I
mean, yeah, I don't know.
I'm like speechless.
Right? Because it's like, first of all, if I was the girl, I'd be like, seriously, like having a hard time even agreeing to marry into this family.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, he's curious if like he took it too far by kicking them out of the wedding. Like he had an argument. His mother berated him, saying it was supposed to be a prank and that he was taking it too far.
Yeah. And so they all got kicked out of the wedding, and some of his cousins even were like, oh man, like you're an asshole. Like your wife is so insecure, like, or things like that. And I don't know. So it just sounds like his family is toxic as fuck.
Yeah. And, it's okay if you have a toxic family to put up boundaries and distance yourself. You can do no thank yous to family events.
Yeah. Cause like, what's the goal here is that you start dating someone who can hang with all these like assholes like in your family, like then all that means is that you're also dating one of the assholes. And then when you have a daughter or anything, like it's just going to become this continuous cycle of assholedom.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's just a cycle.
Yeah.
Break the cycle.
No more assholes.
So I believe he was voted not the asshole, and everyone on Reddit was very proud of him for standing up for his wife.
Yes. You know who wasn't standing up for their wife?
Ooh, who?
The man in the next story who gets roasted by Alexa. I don't know.
That's pretty good. From the insider.com, woman used Amazon's Alexa to scream, "Get the whore out" at ex's new partner. Court documents reads.
A woman was spared a 3-month prison sentence after using an Amazon Alexa smart speaker to verbally threaten her ex's new partner. I mean, life hack. Have that thing talk your shit.
Yeah. Well, negative. She also shared nude photos of her former partner.
Oh.
So she wrong. She in the wrong.
Is she though? Yeah, I guess so. You shouldn't blackmail someone with their naked pictures, even if they cheat on you. That's fair. Philippa Coppleston Warren, 46 from London, used the device to blare, "Get the whore out." And she also threatened the couple by using a connected app to switch their bedside light on and off.
Hilarious.
I used to have my cousin had my Spotify login, and it was connected to my she who will not be named, because if I name her, she will start talking. So she had access to my Spotify, and so she would play things on my Amazon device out of nowhere, just as a gag. And it was really funny. And sometimes I think about doing that, when my partner's home. I also can like change the temperature in the apartment from far away and stuff like that. So I mean, with so much power comes a lot of responsibility, I guess, but
make Taylor think he's haunted.
Yeah, exactly.
Make it real cold, make the music cue on.
Uh-huh. Spooky.
Turn the lights on and off.
Ooh.
The unnamed victim was unable to use his Facebook or Match.com account. Cobblestone Warren was able to access and download naked pictures of her ex, sharing them widely onto his social media with the caption, "Do I look fat?"
Was she like a hacker?
She's like rude as shit.
Yeah.
She was charged with a single count of disclosing private sexual photographs with the intent to cause distress on or before October 6th of 2019, the Evening Standard report.
Jacob Binman, this is the lawyer defending this woman, said that his client medically relied on a dog that was shared between them. This is a support animal to care for her diabetes. So it would basically like be able to tell if her sugar levels were too low. And so that's why she was accessing the smart system in the first place, was to check on the dog.
Okay. It's a slippery slope. Check in on the dog.
See some shit you don't want to see.
See some shit. Start some shit. And then get a year-long restraining order.
So would you ever like camera up your house?
No. I don't think so. What do I have to steal?
You?
Me. Like, I'm the most precious entity in my home.
Yeah.
My building has some cameras in the lobbies and in the hallways, so I'm going to let them do it. But I don't like, have I wanted to install a cat cam to watch my cats while I'm away? Yes. Do I think that might be a step too far in my love of my cats? Maybe.
We got a dog cam that we ended up returning. It was shortly after my other dog Bella died, and like we were hearing that Athena was like crying a lot when we would not be home, and it was like she was howling and stuff, and people were literally like, neighbors were texting me like, "Hey, is your dog okay?" Because like it wasn't like, "Oh, your dog is yapping." It's like, "Is she okay?"
Yeah.
She would kind of like, "Woo, woo." It was so fucking sad. Like, seriously, I can't talk about it too much. It'll make me cry. But so we got a camera to see like how long into us leaving was she doing that? Because we basically had to train her to be alone. And then, yeah, we ended up making that happen in like a week. And then I was kind of like, I don't want this camera anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think I need it. I mean, maybe when I have like a baby or something, but otherwise, like,
yeah, when you leave the baby alone.
Yeah.
When you guys go out to run errands, to go to the bar, when you leave the baby alone, you should get a baby cam for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel, because I've thought about like getting a ring light or ring camera. There's some people in the building who have them, but I'm like, ignorance might be bliss here.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Speaking of ignorance may be bliss, I'm going to bet that somebody wishes they were pretty ignorant to reading emails. Nope. I don't like that transition.
Do you want to find another one?
Yeah. Well, speaking of bliss, this woman's family definitely got disrupted from bliss by a reply all mistake.
We got a Dear Prudence.
Dear Prudence from Slate.
Dear Prudence, Birdie is my sister's mother-in-law. She's fabulously wealthy, 3-time divorcee who is larger than life. Ugh, goals. She is loud, opinionated, and extremely generous. Since her son married my sister, Birdie has flown them, my parents, and me, plus several of my friends, on all expenses paid vacations for Christmas around the world. We spent 2 weeks in Rome last year. I love her. My mother doesn't, and she made the mistake of detailing exactly why to my pregnant sister. It was over baby gifts, and accidentally sent it to everyone on her mailing list, including Birdie. The phrases social climber and gold digger and other less nice words were used. My mother apologized, but Birdie told my sister that she would not subject my mother to her presence anymore, and that would solve everything. Ooh. Gotta be careful, man.
Email. It's a danger. I have unsend on Gmail for up to 30 seconds. So I can send an email and then hit undo and then rethink that email and then hit send again and then undo it and then be like, did I title this correct? You know, like I have so much anxiety about sending out the wrong emails.
You know what makes me nervous is the voice memos. Because one time I was gossiping. I'm not immune. I'm not a perfect person. Mm-hmm. I was just gossiping and didn't realize that my voice memo within a group message, a voice memo was being recorded. And by the time I noticed, I looked down, it was 8 minutes long. Luckily I didn't send it. I was able to exit out. But when I tell you, my heart was in my throat. Yeah. And like now I have like an extra bit of paranoia. at all times because of like you can accidentally get that voice memo going. I was like, that would have been that 8 minutes of gossiping going out to a group text,
Uh-huh.
even if it was about no one on the group text, would have ruined the next 6 months at least.
Yeah.
How do you come back from that? Because the thing is, everyone gossips. You tell me you don't gossip, you're a liar and you're
Mhm.
gossiping right now, I bet. But like when you it's just something about like hearing it, you know? I don't know what it is. It's like I gossip and then I gossip with other people and I know that they gossip about me, but like if you hear it, you're like, "Whoa,
Yeah. It's some
bitch."
like Harriet the Spy shit where you're like, everybody now knows how I talk shit.
100%. So I makes it, I was getting sick. I was like, oh my God. Like I think for like the duration of that car ride that I was on that happened, I turned my phone completely off because I just couldn't believe how close to the sun I'd
Oh.
accidentally flown.
Uh-oh. I'm Icarusing.
It's really bad. Anyways.
Anyways, back to the story. So Bertie told me that she doesn't hold my mother's words against me and invited me and a friend to London for spring break. She also said she understands if I wouldn't want to go. I really do, but it somehow feels like I'm betraying my mother somehow. Basically, so help me. What should I do here? What would you do?
If my mom sent some sort of dumb bitch email to like the lady who takes us on trips, who I don't have problems with,
Yeah.
I would keep going on the trips.
Yeah, same. I'd be like, sorry about that. You know.
I can't believe she did that. I don't feel that way. I don't know why your money makes her so insecure.
Yes. And that's what it is.
Yeah.
Is the money makes her feel insecure. And that like Bertie is buying into these friendships and these kinships, essentially. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. No, I it's bye. Have fun at home.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll be in London with
You
Bertie.
dick. Yeah, I'll be with Birdie.
Love you, Ma, but you fucked up.
Hey, speaking of your mama, she gave us the next story.
She did. She sent in 2 stories this week.
Tina
Curry was on the Google. She was quick on the draw and
Good
sent
for
in
her.
2 stories. The first one comes from clickorlando.com. Sword wielding man accused.
Sword is a hard one because it does look like it should be sword.
Sword. It does.
Yeah.
Sword wielding man accused of starting fire makes it rain in jail cell after arrest, police say. That's a headline.
So we in Florida. I missed it
Mhm.
here. I missed it in Florida.
Yeah. It's sunny. It's warm. We feel welcome in Florida.
I don't have a lot of interest in traveling to Florida, but if I was going to go there, I think I'd like it to be with you.
I think we would king and queen it up in Florida.
Yeah. Okay, so Titusville officers found a 37-year-old man sitting in his front yard holding a sword and chugging a bottle of rum upon responding to an active fire on Thursday.
The incident occurred around 2:12 a.m. on Craig Avenue, where police saw flames 4 feet high stretching from the suspect's home to the middle of the road. The report continues.
So there was homes within 20 feet of the flames, and they were able to extinguish before causing any injuries. The suspect, Scott Taylor, was drinking Captain Morgan surrounded by open containers of alcohol. I mean, he sounds like a pirate.
He sounds like a damn good time. This is just a Captain Jack Sparrow impersonator on his off hours.
He's like, I light a fire and then I drink my rum.
I drink me rum.
Wow. I honestly, you and I got pirate accents better than I thought we would.
We like immediately went pirate.
Yarg.
Yar. It's going to be hard to come back from pirate.
It be. So once he got to jail, he decided to break the fire sprinkler head and flooded his cell.
And that caused $1,000 worth of damage. Seems on the low end.
Right? It's only going to cost $1,000 if I want to go into a jail and break. Don't do this, listeners.
This is not an endorsement.
I'm just saying. In Orlando, it's only $1,000 if you want to try to do this. I mean, he was like, you can't put me in this jail cell. I need to be on the sea.
He needs to be back on the seas. Yeah. He doesn't feel comfortable on land.
I can barely walk on this land.
The sea legs are shanties. Speaking of the sea, another story sent to us by Tina Curry from the HuffingtonPost.com.
Sea snake attacking divers, but they're just trying to get laid.
Mahalo, sea snakes. Mahalo.
Yucky.
Sea snakes have long been known to attack human divers. They're probably just on the prowl for sex, according to the author of a new scientific paper.
So, yes, you can get attacked by a sea snake for real, and they'll attack you unprovoked, but it might not bite you. They might just be in the midst of breeding season.
They're just trying to get off. They see your little flippers and your little snorkeling gear, and they're like, that's sex on legs.
That looks like a lady sea snake.
The danger is that it can put divers into a panic.
Yeah.
The attacks mainly involve males during breeding season. And it's just a herpetologist and study co-author Rick Shine said, in fact, it's just a lovesick boy looking for a girlfriend and making a rather foolish mistake.
They don't apparently see very well. They have they have poor vision, and so they'll just go, "Hey, there's a big thing over there. I'll go check if it's a female snake."
So these snakes are only 6 feet long, and they're not that wide. And human beings, yes, but human beings are a lot wider than snakes. So I feel like these male snakes are like, that's a big old bitch. I'm gonna go hang out with that. Like they must like a thicker snake.
Respect.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, sea snake, I see you.
Oh,
I see you seeing me.
You like a thick snake? Okay.
Alfred recommends that if you find yourself in this unpleasant situation, simply stay calm and allow the snake to investigate you with its tongue.
No, I don't want to.
That's absolutely wild. Shine said that the sea snakes move so fast you probably won't be able to get away anyway. So trying to fight them is to make a snake more aggressive if you try to fight them. So just don't.
This is the patriarchy at work.
This just let it happen.
Guess what? I will never probably find myself in this scenario because I do not dive.
No, not for you.
No, not for me at all. Do I like to look at the ocean? Absolutely. Do I like to get a couple toesies in here and there? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Do I swim in the ocean? Not anymore. Absolutely not. Too scary. Will I scuba dive in the ocean? Doubt it. Like, no. Scary.
Yeah. I always think I can take the ocean back on. And then I get like one wave that goes over my head and then think I'm going to drown because then I get caught up in the surf.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm like, this was a terrible mistake.
You know what I did to my partner recently that I thought was really funny that he probably didn't?
What'd you do?
He was laying in bed minding his own business. First mistake. And I was trying to get near him, but I kind of just did it in a way I didn't really realize it. I essentially beached myself on him.
Like a whale?
Yeah. I think I lost my hands at some point and just kind of beached on him. So, if you're trying to spice things up in the bedroom,
may I suggest beaching?
Everyone likes it.
Oh my goodness. I was trying to tickle Winston yesterday and he was like fending me off with like one hand. And I'm like, you're so much stronger than I am. It's infuriating.
Yeah.
And I was trying to tickle him under his little armpit. And then he would just like swat it away with one hand and defended me off. And I was like, oh, it's so frustrating. So frustrating because I think I'm strong. I am not.
I bet you are.
He's just very strong.
Yeah, Winston's just stronger.
He is my Samson.
Wow. Cut off his ponytail. God, that he had a man bun for a second.
He does. He still does. Yeah. He's
Oh my
growing his
God.
hair long. Mm.
If you cut off his ponytail, do you think he would not be as strong?
Ooh, maybe I'll try it tonight. I'll beach him and
Beach?
disarm him,
Yeah.
and then I'll come in with scissors and see.
That sounds like you guys will get in a fight.
It sounds like that would be the end of our relationship if I were to cut off that ponytail.
You'd have no legitimate explanation for that prank.
No, just like I talked about it on the pod. Seemed like a thing to try. Spice stuff up. We're in quarantine.
Are we still?
I don't know. I don't know what stage we're in. Things are open, but I still feel like I'm quarantining because I don't go places anymore. But I am. I went to dinner on Wednesday night. I went to dinner on Thursday night. I went out for drinks Saturday night. Like I'm living again. So
Yeah.
maybe we're not in quarantine.
I don't think we're in quarantine anymore.
Thank God. You know who wishes she was still in quarantine instead of trouble?
Yeah. Yeah. The woman in the next story.
From the New York Post.com. Elementary teacher kept pot edibles in student reward box, says the sheriff.
South Carolina elementary school teacher is out of a job after a student pulled out 2 packs of marijuana edibles from the in-class reward box.
Victoria Farish Weiss, a 27-year-old teacher at Rocky Creek Elementary School in Lexington, surrendered to deputies early Friday after a warrant charged her with possession of Schedule I drug in the shocking September 23rd incident, according to the Lexington County Sheriff's Department.
So the kids found a pack of Stony Patch Kids, which feels illegal. But it was marijuana edibles. Now, none of the kids ate it, but they found packs of pot edibles similar to those selected by an unwitting male pupil during a search of her home later. You get your house searched if you get fired for some shit like this?
If they had the warrant, I guess so.
Man, pot must be really illegal in South Carolina. I mean, of course, like, don't give kids drugs.
You don't give kids drugs.
Like, fucked up. Absolutely not. I'm just saying, like, it's shocking to me that this happened to her at school and that they would then have procured a warrant to search her house.
My favorite thing about this time of year, October, is people giving the warnings like people are going to give drugs to your kids. Like, look out for their Halloween candy. And I'm like, do you know how much drugs fucking cost? I'm not giving them away to free for anybody.
What's up with the razor blade and the apple?
No, yeah. Another fucking who does that?
It must have happened once, but because why would they do that? Or why would that be what everyone's afraid of? But like, what is the long game? What is a long game of poisoning someone that you won't see? Or like knowing that, man, when that kid bites into this apple, it's gonna hurt them. Like, because isn't the whole point of doing those kinds of things to reap the rewards of it?
Yeah, like it's a whole Wikipedia entry, poison candy myths. No cases of strangers killing or permanently injuring children this way have been proven.
It's just, I just think it's funny because this came up, you know, we grew up in the 90s. And so then all of our parents, our boomer parents, like, bless ya, but like they were all like, careful, your candy's poisoned. Meanwhile, when they were kids, they were like letting serial killers into their house for fucking coffee. Like, how dare you tell us?
Yeah.
Like, you're worried about my almond joy because it's a little bit open. You're worried about that poisoning me. But you know, whatever.
John Wayne Gacy was allowed to do like children's parties.
Hello.
Or
well, who's that guy who got chosen on the Match Game?
Rodney Alcala, the
Yes.
Match Game killer. Yeah.
Yes. So
Yeah. Oof.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. Your parents didn't do a good job of protecting you, and then you overdid it with us.
And we are going to overdo it to I don't even like, will trick-or-treating even be a thing by the time I have kids old enough to do it?
We're cycle breakers.
We're just going to get rid of trick-or-treating?
No, we're just not going to be overly paranoid. I say we like I'm having children. I am not.
And
But
you say we as if I have the strength to do what you're suggesting right now. I will not be well. I know like some mistakes not to make that were made on me, but I will find other ones.
there will be new mistakes. Like that's the point of parenting is like you don't do exactly what your parents did, but then you find new ways of fucking them up.
You know what? My mom, she wouldn't like take me to shit that she didn't want to go to also. So like if I went to like parades or anything, it was always with like family friends who also had kids because my mom just straight up was like, I don't like parades. So I'm not gonna take you to a parade. And for the longest time, I was like, that's screwed up. Like, I would never get to go to the festival of lights if I didn't get to go with, our family, like whatever, our family friends. And now I'm like older and I'm like, yeah,
Yeah, I get it.
I guess that makes sense. Like, I wouldn't want to go to the fucking Rose Bowl parade. But I suppose if I had people who I trusted with my children who were going to go and who offered to take them,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
bye.
Oh my God. Back to the story.
Yes, I'm sorry. We got on a tangent.
The students grabbed the Stony Patch Kids gummies, assuming they were Sour Patch Kids, according to the report. Wise said she was hysterical when questioned about the incident by the assistant principal. Although pot is available online, pot edibles are illegal in South Carolina, Kuhn said. 18 states, including New York and New Jersey and the District of Columbia, have legalized small amounts of marijuana for adults' recreational use, California being one of them.
Woo!
I feel like I don't know how these got into the I don't think this was intentional. I wonder if Weiss themselves do pot edibles or how this mix-up happened.
Sounds like she was too high.
She was too high and she didn't pay attention.
I don't have a good transition, but I'm excited to talk about this next story.
Me too, because I love a Waffle House.
So, according to Fox 13 News, a man has a gun pulled on him by his waitress at the Waffle House over cheesy eggs.
In Atlanta, it was a frightening moment for a customer after he said the waitress at Waffle House pointed a gun at his head after a dispute over food.
She was like, I will blow your brains out.
Candy Franklin said.
You know what's crazy is that like I would expect of all places that I would expect like a waiter or waitress to pull a gun on me, a Waffle House seems right.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we haven't done this story already.
I know.
And I'm just gonna say this: Candy Franklin, that's a badass name.
You like it?
Yeah. Yeah. He sounds like he's got some shit together.
So at first they didn't bring him cheesy eggs. They brought him normal eggs. And then he said, I ordered eggs with cheese on it. And then he tipped her. And then she pulled a gun on him. And so he was like, what? And then she cocked the gun and he was like, uh-oh.
Now it's time for me to turn into Rambo and get out of there, Franklin said.
So this is what kind of makes a story crazier. But he was saying, I was fearing for my life because I have been shot before and I lost my brother to gun violence. All of that was going through my mind, which I'm like, whoa, what?
Bury the lead.
Candy Franklin. Here's the thing with a Waffle House. Food, good.
Phenomenal.
Service, bad. Really bad.
Real bad.
Non-existent, some might say.
Yeah.
Cleanliness, also bad.
I don't want to know.
Ignorance is bliss.
Ignorance is bliss at the Waffle House.
It's like you walk into a Waffle House, you might get food within the next hour. It's going to be awesome food, but the journey to get there is not of this world.
Yeah. When I was in college, we had this diner, this all-night diner that was a train car.
Uh-huh.
And so it was a narrow restaurant because it was like in half. So there was like a bar and then there was like 4 booths and that was it. And it was wonderful. And we would go there after a night of drinking and cause a scene, a straight up scene. At one point, my friend Caleb yelled, "There's a rat in the fryer."
Ugh.
And we were not asked to leave. It was just like classic kids.
Caleb.
Caleb yelled, "There's a rat in the fryer." And nobody even turned a head, batted an eye. They were just like, yeah, that's fine. Food's good.
Yeah. I think diners just kind of have that. You just kind of have expectations and it's fine. Like there's Denny's in Burbank that I feel like I would go to in high school. And I'm horrified to think about it now because I waited tables for so long, but not at this point. And like just the idea of like us putting little pieces of all of our leftover food all in the same cup to make some sort of concoction, like, but no one cared
No one, yeah, just high school stuff, man.
because it was a Denny's.
It was, yeah. Moons over Miami. My hammy. Right. What is it? Moons over Miami.
Miami.
Pretty good.
It's
Pretty clever.
good.
It's pretty
A
clever.
classic. I don't have a transition for this either. Do you?
This next story also takes place in Florida.
Well, that last one was in Atlanta.
That last one was in Atlanta.
This also takes place in the South.
Yeah. We return to Florida in our next story from the tcpalm.com. Man bitten by shark at Fort Pierce International or Inlet State Park said, "He got me pretty good."
Okay.
Truman Van Patrick, which sounds like he should have been a president in 1820,
Yeah.
said he'd been surfing since as long as he can remember and experienced close encounters with sharks.
On Monday at this Inlet State Park, his close encounter turned into an actual one as Patrick, 25, said a shark bit his left foot. Ow.
I've had sharks chase me before and I free dive and spearfish, so I'm always just kind of dealing with them, Patrick said. That's way too casual of an attitude about sharks. I'll say that.
He said, every time you go in the ocean, you just take a gamble. It's their zone. It's their home. Yeah, which is why I don't go in the ocean.
Patrick said he caught a couple of waves and was getting back out to line up. He turned around and saw a dorsal fin pop out of the water. I was like, oh, let me catch just one more in, Patrick said. But you see sharks kind of like all over the place down here. The fuck? You're swimming in shark infested water.
So he caught a wave, hopped off his board about 20 to 30 yards from shore, and then felt a massive bite on his foot. He asked a couple people on the beach to call 911, and then an ambulance came, but then he drove himself to the hospital.
What's trashy is just his cavalier attitude.
Yeah, of course. I mean, this whole story is just about a shark attack, but it's more this guy like just being like, "Oh yeah, well,
What are you gonna do?
it was a sick wave.
I just had to catch one more wave. Mahalo.
Could have
bro."
taken the whole foot. No big deal."
He got 70 stitches, sustained broken bones, and has to have part of a tooth that was left in his foot removed.
70 stitches.
No, thank you.
He's showering with a plastic bag on.
Oh my God.
Apparently he was bitten because he fell in the water next to the shark and they attack off of movement.
Okay. He also said the danger from shark attack is minuscule. It is really small. I'm like, you just repeated what minuscule meant, but okay.
Also, it just fucking happened to you.
Yeah. Like that's so casual and cavalier.
Are you the guy to say what's whatever?
Whatever.
Speaking of whatever,
Our next story comes to us from the insider.com.
the New Zealand city of Christchurch is firing its official wizard after keeping the necromancer on its payroll for more than 20 years. What?
Ian Brackenbury Chanel, better known as the Wizard of New Zealand, has been Christchurch necromancer since 1998. But according to the New Zealand media outlet Stuff, provisions for funding the wizard, his $11,000 a year paycheck will be removed from the city's tourism budget come December.
He was only making $11,000 a year being a wizard.
I think being a wizard's a part-time gig. I don't think it's
Oh.
like your full-time. Everybody's got a side hustle,
Absolutely.
witches, everybody's got a side hustle nowadays.
What's a necromancer?
Somebody that raises people from the dead.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chanel
Mm.
was born in the UK and settled in New Zealand in the 70s. Now in his 80s, the wizard has found a disciple, Ari Freeman, who helps him run their website and appears with Chanel in full wizard garb. Chanel had some choice words for his soon to be former employees, calling them a bunch of bureaucrats who have no imagination.
Okay. Is this Christchurch like Christ? Like,
It's just the name of a town.
oh, okay. See, that's a little confusing because
Yes.
I was like, who are the wizards in the Bible?
I mean, there were magic people in the Bible.
Jesus.
Jesus did some pretty magical shit.
Do you think that Jesus was a wizard?
Ooh, let's Google magic in the Bible.
Moses, perhaps a wizard? You're a wizard, Moses.
You're a wizard, Moses. Let's see. There's several references to witchcraft in the Bible, and it strongly condemns the practice. In Deuteronomy, Exodus, and Exodus states, "Do not allow a sorceress to live," or "Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live." Ooh,
And maybe that's why they were burning them.
probably so. The Bible sometimes translated referring necromancy in Deuteronomy. It says nay, nay on mediums and necromancers. So not positive on the witchcraft and the wizardry, although the word witch is similar to poisoner. And so there's some question whether the interpretation got, if it should have been witch or if it should have been don't let poisoners live. Anyway, it's fascinating, this game of telephone that has become the Bible.
Fascinating or like super impactful and influencing our daily lives, whether we want it to or not. And, maybe
Dun,
Jesus
dun,
would have been
dun.
a Gryffindor.
Oh.
What house were you?
I'm a Gryffindor.
I can see that, I guess.
Yeah. I'm a Gryffindor.
Mm.
I want to be a
Ravenclaw,
Hufflepuff.
personally.
Yeah.
Really?
I can see that. Yeah.
Why do you want to be
Hufflepuff.
Hufflepuff?
I just like that name better than Gryffindor.
Yeah, but everyone is like thinks that the Hufflepuffs are stupid.
I want to be stupid. I want to be stupid so bad. Do you know how much better my life would be if I were stupid and I just like didn't register stuff? I would be so much happier if I were stupid.
It's so true.
I want to be dumb.
Damn it.
Life would be a lot easier.
Yeah.
Have you ever met like an angry dumb person? I mean, yes, you have, but like they're rare, Anyway.
Are they in this economy?
In this,
I don't know.
With Q.
But you know what? They're such good friends.
Yeah, they really are.
Ew.
Get you a dumb, loyal friend. Get you a dumb, loyal friend.
Get you a dog.
Get you a dog. Basically a human dog.
Yeah, there you go.
In 2011, a documentary about the wizard was made, highlighting some of his beliefs, which include the idea that women cause wars by shopping. Oh, Chanel also helmed a Save the Males campaign. Okay.
Fuck this guy.
Well, I don't, bitches be shopping. Bitches be shopping, said the Wizard of Christchurch.
Oh, man. I feel like he just had like a wife that like spent a lot of money. This is how wars are started.
Speaking of bitches be shopping, are you ready?
I'm ready.
It's time for the dumpster fire of the week.
Angels.
From the rollingstone.com, Jeffrey Epstein ties, alleged fat shaming, and billions lost inside the fall of Victoria's Secret. Victoria's Secret, the
mall lingerie giant, but in recent years, fallen from grace as executives faced allegations of harassment, bullying, fat shaming, and promoting a company culture of misogyny. Perhaps unsurprisingly, between 2015 and 2020, the company's sales dropped by more than $2 billion. Yeah.
And the company owner, Les Wexner, also had close ties to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, who posed as a model recruiter for the company. And at least one woman has accused Epstein of trafficking her when she was an aspiring Victoria's Secret's model.
Yeah. So the details of the company's toxic culture and Epstein's role there continue to emerge as recorded in a new podcast, Fallen Angel. Ooh, that sounds. Oh, C13 Originals. I like them.
They're good.
Damn, I'm gonna listen to this. So yeah, this all makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like Victoria's Secret for the longest time, this is all just personal, I suppose, but like I had big boobs pretty fast.
Mm-hmm.
Went 0 to 100 quick.
Mm-hmm.
And Victoria's Secret was a place where it was like when we were growing up, kind of, I guess, cool to buy bras there. And they never fit me.
Yeah.
Like the ones from the pink collection, which was like cute when you were in middle school or in high school, they didn't make bras in my size.
No, I could never shop there except for in the recent years, their sports bra collection fits me and is pretty good. But never growing up, never like in junior high school could I wear a Victoria's Secret bra.
Yeah, like I had like size D or double D boobs like fast, and you could buy a D bra at Victoria's Secret, but it wasn't going to be one of the pink t-shirt bras.
Mm-hmm.
Those stopped at C cup.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember feeling like fat and bad about my body because of that lack of inclusiveness. And then they have their fucking fashion shows, which in the same way that like America's Next Top Model has aged very bad, I feel like Victoria's Secret fashion show has not aged well either.
No, especially later on in a TikTok, a former Angel, Bridget Malcolm, who has been outspoken about the company's unreasonable and unsustainable body requirements for the show, said that her bra size was a 30A from when she walked the 2016 runway show. And she's like, I didn't even know you could get bras that size, like that small. She said that she ate nothing but protein shakes and steamed vegetables for months to prepare for the event. And this is a model already. And then in 2017, she wasn't asked back because she gained half an inch around her waist.
Yeah. I mean, this is like what the image that they would perpetuate of what a woman's body was supposed to look like, and like, oh my god, there's no one sexier than the Victoria's Secret Angel models. It was kind of like, holy fucking shit, no one looks like that. They don't even look like that.
No, I've watched the How We Got to Be Angels, like behind the scenes footage, and it's like, oh, I started working out for 6 months, I stopped eating regular food to sustain for one fucking event.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's wild. Yeah, I'm definitely going to listen to this podcast. It sounds very interesting.
Yeah.
But you know, just a general culture of misogyny, the ties to Epstein, real bad.
Not good.
Not good. Not good.
Yeah, and then there was like that thing that came out when they were asked in like when more companies were kind of being challenged to come out with more inclusive sizing. And I believe that everyone looked to Victoria's Secret to be like, you too? Like, are you going to do it?
Mm-hmm.
You're one of the biggest bra and panty names out there. And they were like, no, I don't forget the exact quote, but the essence of it was, we don't want people like that wearing our product.
Right.
That was the MO was like, we don't want to make that stuff because we don't want girls who look like that to wear our stuff. So why would we make it for them?
He said, when asked, if you're asking if we've considered putting a transgender model on the show or looked at putting plus size models on the show, we have. We invented the plus size model show in our sister division, the Lane Bryant. Lane Bryant sells plus size lingerie and it sells a specific range. So they're like, not us, but like another company we own will do that.
Yeah, they're like, go to Lane Bryant. You can't shop here.
Yeah, that's the tone.
It was, I remember now too, like So I worked at a sports bar when I was like 20, 21, and we would wear sports stuff to work, like little short shorts and then like sports t-shirts. And Victoria's Secret Pink line had a lot of stuff for different teams. So it was like a good place to buy things for work.
Mm-hmm.
And it was there I was in my 20s still having to like, okay, I guess I'm going to go to Victoria's Secret to buy cute bedazzled Broncos t-shirts, even though I have to buy the biggest size that they sell and I still can't fit into their underwear. I've only had, okay, so I worked at Victoria's Secret once for like a week.
Mm-hmm.
I worked there long enough. I didn't even know that this was going to happen, but it worked out. I worked there long enough to be involved in a company-wide meeting where there was like new bras coming out and they gave everyone a free one. And then I worked like 2 shifts and I was like, I can't fold panties for 5 hours. Well, you know, like women scream at me in different languages asking me to, you know, I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And so I scored a free bra and I had that one, which was it was the biggest size they sell. I think it was like a 38 double D at that point was the biggest
Mhm.
size they sold. And then I also got one as a Christmas gift and it was great. And I felt like I was like part of something because I owned a Victoria's Secret bra,
Yeah. Yeah.
even though one was free and one was a gift because I couldn't afford them. That was the other thing. They barely fucking fit and I couldn't even afford them.
Yeah.
Like if I'm going to spend that much on a bra, I'm going to go to Nordstrom and go and get like a nice one that fuck, I feel nothing when this company goes under. I feel fucking
I feel
nothing.
nothing. One Christmas, my mom, she likes to get me and my sister matching pajamas for Christmas.
Mhm.
And we wanted a onesie, like, you
Yeah.
know, like the cute onesie that, you know, like 3-4 years ago when those were like hot, trendy.
Sure.
And she got us these Victoria's Secret ones. And like we had to like hunch over because we couldn't zip them up. So we have a photo in them. She's like, I'm so sorry. They were so tiny. So we like slid them on and are like hunched over in a photo to say like, these are our matching pajamas for Christmas this year. And then that was like it. That was like, we took them in that and then it was like instantly return them.
Yeah. I guess I'm glad that I'm not the age anymore where there's certain I mean that's actually not true. I'm about to say something that's a fucking lie. I was about to say that it's nice that I'm not the age where a certain like type of clothing can dictate how I feel about myself. You know, like in the way that Victoria's Secret with how it made every woman ever feel so bad about their bodies and yet me feel like I was special or important because I had a Victoria's Secret bra or because I wore the pink stuff to work. Like I was going to say I'm glad that I'm out of that and I'm glad that and it's in and of itself is going out of fashion.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not. It's just same shit different day because I literally was googling like which designer purse I should invest on for myself.
Right. Right.
So I have not grown. I have not changed. But those purses make me feel bad about how much money I make and not my body. So, you know,
That's growth.
that's growth. I feel bad for different reasons now, but I love my body. Fuck you.
Oh my God. What are you hoarding this week?
Damn it, Erica. I don't know. Oh, here. I decided in October of 2021 that it was a good time to restart Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Just been binging it while I work because I watch TV all day and it's so fucking funny.
It's so funny. It's so well written.
Yeah. So that's what I'm hoarding. Like if you're like, I need something to watch, go watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Treat yourself. It's on Hulu.
Okay.
What are you hoarding?
I'm hoarding a show on Netflix, which we may have to cancel Netflix,
Yeah.
but it's like I'm already in the billing cycle. It doesn't do any good at this point. They've already got my money for this month.
Are you talking about the strike?
Yes.
Okay.
But I am hoarding a show called Midnight Mass.
Oh yeah, you put this on your Instagram.
It's such good storytelling. So the showrunner is essentially like Ryan Murphy without camp. Like he uses the same players and kind of the same cast in a way, but it's about this small island outside of New York and the residents that live there. So like the first 2 minutes, the main are like our protagonist kills someone in a drunk driving accident. He goes to prison and then he has to return to the small island to live with his very religious parents. And then like 3 or 4 episodes in, you realize what kind of story that we're actually telling. And that's all I'll say. It's so goddamn good.
Ooh.
I loved it. It's like just scary enough, but it's really about the characters and their growth. Like it's real good. Midnight Mass. Yeah.
Midnight Mass. Cool.
Yeah. And what are you throwing away?
The Los Angeles Dodgers are playing the Atlanta Braves right now. The Atlanta Braves do something called the tomahawk chop. I am not Native American. I'm not even claiming to have 1/38 in order to get into college. I'm not Elizabeth Warren. I didn't need to slam dunk on Elizabeth Warren here, but I did. But when I tell you, it's making me want to watch these games with the fucking sound off, because it is like, it's 2021. Like, how is this still a thing? If you don't know what it is, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. But basically everyone just like, they do this like, oh, like chant, and then they chop their arms up and down. And it's a thing that, I mean, like the Washington football team, when they had an offensive name, I think that they did it too, their fans. If you have a shitty team name that is bringing up indigenous people, like, you do this chant. So I don't know. It's just, it's fucking crazy. Like I'm watching these games and these people are doing it, because I don't watch Braves games that often. We don't play them very often. But I'm watching it last night and I'm like, a bunch of white people in the stands, I'm just going to say it, just doing it.
Mm-hmm.
You're on fucking television.
Yeah.
And you're just in it and you're doing, I'm like, it's fucking uncomfortable to watch.
In this day, they still do it. It's literally insane.
And I have a feeling that if they tried to, I would think that they would sooner change the name of the Braves than to try to tell the fans to stop doing that thing, that chant. Mm-hmm. Because I don't know, but there's like something like weird and there's something rhythmic to it. And girl, when I tell you, they do it the whole game. Someone starts it and they do it the whole. Are they pitching? Are they hitting? It doesn't matter. The whole game. This shit is going. And sometimes it's louder. Oh my God. I was like, I need to start watching this in a bar maybe where they don't have the sound on. Like, I don't know what to do. It's making me not want to watch the games at all.
It's infuriating. It's just disgusting. And like, do better. We know better, do better.
That's what it is. We know better. I posted on Twitter something about it last night, and some random person responded to me because I was like, hey, like, Atlanta fans, like, this isn't even a little bit weird. And the person responded saying, no, because we're not a bunch of woke bitches.
Oh, cool.
I was like, I literally responded, I was like, fair enough. Like, I guess that is the answer. You're not trying to defend it or say that it's not wrong. You're just saying, oh, we just don't care.
Yeah.
That's why we don't care. We're not woke. Oh, okay. Well, fine. I'm not going to take time out of my fucking day to argue with you on Twitter about this. Like, at least you're being honest.
Right.
I don't know. Anyways, whatever. Enough of that. What are you throwing out?
I'm throwing out wait staff not wearing mask.
Oh,
I'm calling you back. Out. The Edmond on Melrose. Your bartenders, your wait staff not wearing masks. WTF. I was like, what year are we in? Is the virus over? I thought waitstaff had to wear masks. And I'm like, is this a historic building? And so you're grandfathered in somehow to not? Like, what is happening?
You know, here's the thing is that like when they're requiring vaccination, which you said that they didn't, but like as they continue to require vaccination places, like the mask mandate's going to go, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to lie to you, Erica, because I respect you. I'm on the fence about this.
Okay.
I'm getting to a point where I don't care if my wait staff is wearing a mask or not but that's because maybe I'm ignorantly assuming that they're vaccinated the same way that I am.
Right. And it's hard to know.
Yeah. But you're right. Like if I went into ham and eggs, didn't check my no, she did. She did. So I felt fine that she didn't have her mask on because it was a communal thing of we're all kind of acknowledging that we're all vaccinated here. We're cool here.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm sure if I went into a place that didn't check my vaccination status and then they weren't wearing masks either, I'd be like, oh, this is a different kind of place.
Yeah. That's how I felt. It was very odd. Anyway.
I'm sorry you felt uncomfortable.
Thank you. Where can the people find you?
At Cass Cardenas on Instagram and Twitter and on the Nooner podcast.
Love that.
Where do they find you?
At Iconic Erica Curry. That's ERIKA, Curry with the CURRY. At Iconic Erica Curry on Instagram or at Gilly Gal on the Twitter. And you can find this podcast at Trashy Trashy Pod on Instagram and on Twitter. Or you can email us in a story to trashytrashypodcast@gmail.com or go to our website, www.trashytrashypodcast.com. www.com.
Tell us why you're trash. We love to hear it.
We love to hear it. Do something trashy. You know who to tell. You know who to share it with. Oh, yeah. If you want to send us money, you can sign up on Anchor. Send us money, please. It helps pay for hosting. Please. On Anchor, you can sign up to be one of our sponsors or patrons. And we have you can name your own price. So we don't have like a set amount. You can say, I can give 99 cents a month, or you can give $10 or more a month. Like it's up to you.
Whatever you want.
Do you think? Whatever you want. And as always, leaving a review helps other people find this podcast.
We love it.
We love it. We love it so much. All right. That's all I have to say about all that.
Cool.
But hey, Cass.
What's going on, girl?
Stay garbage.
You stay garbage, girl.
Bye-bye.
Bye.